Hello. In this video, we're going to continue our web application using Rust, Actix, and Diesel. So, in the previous video, we already created um, we bootstrapped the Diesel library, Diesel ORM. So we got the models, and we have migrations, and everything is working. We can now insert into our table and get from it using queries. So let's move on. Now let's do the other part. So let's do the Actix part now. So for the Actix part, what I'm going to do is, okay, let me just close these and full screen this as well, like always. Okay, cool. So what I want is Actix Web. So what is Actix Web? Also, I hope that now my output is okay. I checked it. I thought it's full HD, but it wasn't. So now I think I fixed it. I hope. Can I check this while I'm recording? It says now the video output scaled resolution is on 1080. Okay, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Okay. So Actix. Actix is defines what is Actix Web. Was built on top of Actix. Activewear now Actix Web are unrelated and it's built using a different system. Though Actix is still maintained, its usefulness as general tool is diminishing as the features and async await ecosystem matures. Oh, really? I thought that it's more high level. So what was Actix about? Actix was about creating sort of the same experience like Erlang, the actor model. So you have different actors in your system, and they can communicate with each other using messages, basically by copying some data to some memory space. And I think that's a good idea. I don't know how much is that a good idea for a systems programming, because it's really a high level concept and it's not that controllable and observable as async await. Async await is really the most low level thing that you can have for concurrency is the async await. It's a micro framework. Okay. We have an HTTP server with native executable. Okay, let's get a start. So I already added the Actix Web, right? In the cargo.toml file, we already have the Actix Web. Okay, so we can have these in manual hello, and then okay, let's see. Let's get one of these. So I'm gonna create a module called server. Paste this right in. Change my make this a bit bigger, and also change my theme to normal dark plus, which I really like. So imagine we have these, and let's go into main. Let's import that module, which is server. Okay. Okay, so we include this in our program. So now we got this module. And we don't have these. Can we import this? Import Actix Web get. Also import Actix Web responder. Also import Actix Web HTTP response. So now we have everything. And so in the main, I think I should do some yes, some of these stuff to make the async. So in Rust by default you cannot have main be async function. So most of packages that need this feature, like almost all the web servers which need the main function to be async, they do some attribute to basically generate the main thing for themselves. So they just so in an async main, what they do in a non-async main, they will basically get the current event pool, get the current pool from the async runtime, and just run that against some runtime. So let me bring this in here, and I don't need any of these anymore. And also, let's put these on the top in here. Okay, so better. So now we got an HTTP server, which we need to import. We got an app, import. Okay, so we got, okay, so, and okay, in the server, I know I have this hello function, which is nice. Okay, so I don't have echo, so get rid of that. And this will be server hello. And this route, and I don't need this as well. So let's take a look at the API. So I'm creating a new server, passing a factory. So what is a factory? Factory is an F. What is F? Can I see F? Yes. F is a function that takes nothing, returns an implementation of I, send, clone, and static. Okay? So basically it returns an app. So what is I? Can I see I? I is in into service factory, so implements that. Okay. Okay, so it's basically that. Creates a new app. Each app can have services inside. Service F. Okay, cool. So it's actually a bit hard to understand these by traits and all the things they do. So let's just test this out. Let's just test this out. So now I should be able to see localhost 8080. Let's run this. Cargo run. Let's see how does cargo run work. Let's go into localhost 8080, right? 8080. And we get the hello world, okay, which is nice. So we got the hello world in this function. Fairly readable code. So let's start. So now I've got the HTTP thing working. So actually, I think it's time for commit. So HTTP server. So now what I want to do is to create some kind of, implementation or service layer or application layer of my thing. So I've got my models, and I've got my transport layer, which is my server. So now in between, I want to implement my business logic. So what I will do is just inside this module, I will do implement coach. For each coach, what we want is, let's do it even really fancy. So I'm gonna say I want a trait called resource. So each resource should have an add. That takes a self. Oh, it's actually a bit hard to implement this in terms of trait. Or, I mean, it's not necessary. We only have 2 of them. So for coach, what I want is a public function called new, which returns a self, and it takes a name, it takes an avatar, it takes a username, takes a password, takes a response time, does not take the response time for now, and that's it, I think, right? So it returns the self, it returns the self. I don't want the autocomplete. Okay, it's better now. So I actually don't think we don't need a new function, because I was thinking about adding a new coach to the system, but we already have a new coach, basically a request or something. So we don't need that. So what we want from a coach, we don't add a new coach, but we, for example, see all of them, huh? So we see a result. Use anyhow result. So we see a result of a vector of coach. We see that, and it's a public function, and this just takes a self. You know what? We actually need a DB connection in here. So what I will do is actually change this to be coach service, and create a struct called coach service. And in here, I'm gonna have a connection, which is a SQLite connection. I think it's a reference. Lifetime specifier, we don't have that, so I'm gonna say okay. And it is implementation of coach service with a lifetime A. And this will basically say self.connection, no, it says diesel, or I can just use, can I do this? Okay, why this format is so bad? So the formatting was wrong. Okay, so what I want to do is, okay, use these, not diesel, super schema, coaches, DSL, coaches. So I will do coaches. Can I do this? Yes. Nice. I like that. Because the naming of the schema is not that friendly when you have, so you have the model named coach. You probably want variables to be named coaches. So you have the schema named coaches, so they will collide together. But just having them in one function, I think it's good. So what I want is coaches dot find. Can I do this? Okay, it says that I don't have this function, but I probably need this. So you know what I'm gonna do is also use diesel prelude everything. This will probably make this work. Yes. So find will do a PK, but can I have an all or something? So let's see, diesel rs. So what I want is, there were some examples. I remember that there were some examples around diesel. Okay, what did I do? Where's my OBS? Okay. Okay, I screwed everything. Okay. Put this in here. Okay. So there's examples. The stupid macOS dock wouldn't go down. So yes, source models, not models probably. Binary. Show posts. Dot filter posts. Dot filter dot load. So probably we can just do load, huh? Let's see. So if I do load, what would happen? Into a vector of coach. Can I do load coaches? Load. Should I do a singular form? Okay, it's a result. And I can do this. Get a vector. Cool. It says that I take, okay, it's probably taking a connection. So I can say self.connection. What else? What else is the problem? This function takes 2 arguments. Oh, it takes a self as well on a what? On a load query. So how should I do this? Should I do like this? Will this work? Hopefully. So I've got all my coaches. Actually, I could just do this. You know, this would work. Or maybe because of the anyhow, we need to do okay of this. Yes. So this should give us all my coaches inside the system. Cool. So next would be find or show one coach. So we need the self. We also need an ID, which is I think it's I32. It's going to return a result of just one coach. I need these two to be in my scope, and I need to say coaches find passing the ID. It also needs a self, returns a find result, let coach. What would happen in terms of this? How can I see just one thing? So this will give us a find DSL or something into. Can I do coach? It says I don't have this. Found a struct, select a statement. So how should okay, so this find is creating a find type, which is, so how should I use this? Okay, so there are find attempts to find a single record. Okay, establish connection. Okay, dot find dot first, for example. Okay, let's just use that. So dot first. Okay, expected. Okay, and if I do this now, this probably needs a connection. Okay, so I will do okay of coach. Nice. So we got the indexing basically API. We got the show API. Let's go for new version. Let's say add. I don't want to. Okay, let me just restart Rust Analyzer. Okay, so I don't want this to collide with the init of means the constructor of Rust. Constructor of Rust types. So add takes also a self, and it takes a new coach. It takes a self, and it takes a request, which is a new coach. Returns a result of a new coach created for this. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with this. And you know what? I'm gonna let it be here. Let it be here. So what this one is going to do is like the insert thing we had. So it's diesel insert into diesel insert into some table. So I need these two imports, and I think we need a table thing in here. So table dot values. So what do we have for values? Let me take a look at and do some cheating with main. So not main. Where we did put our old code. I think we can check that out and see how we did that. Or we can take a look at um, the samples we have in here. So what it is doing is creating a post lib. What is inside lib? Create a post. Insert into table values new post. Okay, so we passed that. So let's go in here and do new. So let's just pass the request, and then we do execute on self.connection. We probably don't have execute, right? No, we have that actually. That is nice. So we just need to make this wrapped inside an OK, or no. Expected enum result coach or anyhow. Okay, so it just returns a result of usize, huh? It does not return because our database is SQLite. That is the problem with this API. So we need to double query this. So I'm gonna say let this is going to be PK primary key of the inserted row. So now I will do is I try to be smart and do self.show of this new PK I got. And the PK, you can convert to usize. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's an I30. Cool. Seems cool. So we got the add. The final, so we need a CRUD. So we need read, we have that. We need create, we have that. We need update and delete. We also have the index. So we need update. So I'm gonna create actually a new struct, update coach. So what we should do for update? What we should do for updates? Where is the diesel documents? Creates IO API documentation. So do you have any kind of DSL? Inside DSL module, we're going to have, oh, it's probably the query builder. Do we have update? Diesel update creates an update statement. So it's probably a better one. Diesel update this users filter. Okay. What else? Diesel diesel update for update diesel. Can't I do? I actually this is good. Actually this will work for us because that's basically what we want to do in case of an update. So for updating, let's just derive. I don't think we need insertable anymore. So I just want debug. So what we can change in a coach, we can change his name, huh? It's normal. We can change the avatar, normal. We can change the username. I'm not gonna allow that. And we can change the password. Yes. So, can I, if I make this go away, I think it's better. So the request is going to be an update coach. Return is going to be a result of the new coach. With that, let's copy this. And let's do diesel. Where was that? Diesel DSL. So probably what we need is DSL coaches update. Is there a method called update? Diesel DSL update. A table pass to update. Every row gets this. So maybe I should just do diesel update, pass in the source of update, which is which is that. So we need coaches. I really like the API it provides us. It's not that readable because of all traits and all stuff. I think it's a little bit advanced, at least for me. But I like the features it's giving me. It's really nice. So for example, I can say coaches.filter. Can I do find? Will this work? And just pass the primary key of this, which is let's just pass this I32. So pass ID. Will this work? Hopefully. After update, I'm gonna say update and then do set. So okay, so let's just store this one. Okay. Expected 2 arguments, found 1 because it's probably like this. And Q equals this. Okay, better. So Q is an updated statement. So what I want to do is to make these, so because each time a user wants to update something, it's not necessary, he does not or she does not want to update all the fields or all the fields he or she can update. So I'm gonna make these optional so I can check if these are filled or not. Option, finally an option. Okay. So now what I will do is I say match over request dot name. If it's a sum of some name, I will do q dot set coaches name DSL. Okay, where is that? Do we have name dot equal and can we do that? Yes. If it's none, do nothing. That's basically what I want to do. And for the other ones, I want to do the same thing. So name should be avatar, and this should be avatar. So you see, avatar is basically a field that I can. So I'm importing from here. I think that this schema tree of things it creates is really useful, but it's not really discoverable, I'm gonna say. So yes, it says that these two set. Okay, what does set returns? Returns a new update statement. Okay. So I'm gonna say I want to make these two be unit types, so I'm gonna say Q is like this. I don't know how much possible is this, but what's wrong now? Expected struct update statement set not called found sign. Okay, really? We cannot do this? Set provides a set clause for a fun update statement. So taken as self, it returns an update statement. I don't think that's the way to go. To update multiple columns, give a set a tuple argument. Oh, I should do that. How should I do this? So I have some optionals and I want to update them. What to do in case of optionals? This set can be just called once, right? That is not that ergonomic, I'm gonna say. Because, oh, it's a tuple, right? Okay, tuple can only have two. Okay, really, how do you use that? Diesel rs update query. Update in Diesel. Is it possible to execute multiple updates at once? Okay, it's the same page. All about updates. We have this update post set something. Post.filter Diesel update target set this. As a change set. So set a post. Oh, so for each post you can pass its own. So can I do that or not? Let's just try. So update dot set and pass the request. The train bound as changes is not implemented for this. Okay. Post form. Oh, I should derive this. So if I do derive change as change set, nice. That's actually nice. And also do table. What was the syntax? Table name equals coaches. Okay, so we got this. And finally, how we should do executing my query. Okay, I don't have get results, so it's execute. And then pass the self.connection. I do this. Will do for me, I think. I'm gonna say this result is nothing. Or actually no. Let's have something. And just return self.show of ID as it's already I32. What? Expected I32 found struct the schema coaches columns ID. Okay. Let's call this PK. And PK. Okay. And PK. Cool. The final API is going to be delete. Takes a self, takes a PK. And that's it. Returns a result of nothing. I will have the same thing in here. So sorry for the disruption. Okay, so for the delete, I think the case is actually let's take a look at the guides in here. So it's all about updates. Nice. All about inserts. Extending diesel schemas in depth. Okay, so we got the query which is in the getting start. We got updates and inserts. Okay, so what about inserts? Do you have anything new? So let's just see. I think deletes are simple, huh? I just think. So can we do delete? Delete takes a source. We already know that sources are something like .find the pk, and execute this self.connection like this. And return OK of nothing. Nice. I think it's okay. So for the coach service, it's working, I think. So what about the mentee service? I'm gonna say it's mostly the same thing, so I'm gonna copy everything from here and have it in here. So it's called mentee service. It also needs a connection. Mentee service. It's also mentee. So it's going to do mentees. Mentees. I'm gonna say mentees. Download. What's wrong? So I don't see what's wrong. So we do for show, so for service we do, is it all? Yes. Mentees is coaches upload this. Oh, okay. This is the problem. Mentee. Okay. It's because of this. What again? What's... It's saying that I don't have... Can you see me give me the error for implementation found? From SQL of text is not implemented for I32. What is I32 that I try to load as a text? I don't get it. I don't know what is that thing. So let's work with the other thing. So it's a mentee, it's a mentee, it's a mentee, mentees, this, mentees, find, first. What's wrong with this? There's this problem. I think errors could improve much. I think there is a problem with one of the fields. Let me see. Let me compare these. So the mentee table has ID, integer, submit at. Okay, that is okay. No, submit at is also an integer. Name is a text. Phone number. Okay, so this is a problem. It's a string in here. Okay, did we fix this? No. So let's take other look. So then we have resume. Oh, here. So we have resume text, email text, status integer. These two are nullable integers. I think everything is checks out. Submitted is also an integer. So what is now the problem? It says required bound for load from SQL of integer is not implemented for string. So basically it's saying that I cannot construct a from a string. I cannot construct an integer, I think, from a string, or vice versa. For some reason we have a problem in here. I can continue with the fixing everything. I need also some kind of okay, what's wrong with this Skype? Okay, nothing important. So we got this new coach, we got this mentees, new mentee. Okay. Okay. So it says I cannot implement for empty struct. So I know they can change their name. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna allow them. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna allow them to. Okay, let's just allow them. So it's a new mentee. Okay. So I need. So let me put this better place. So these are coach APIs and coach models. So I put this in here better. So name is a string. Submit that, we will fill that for ourselves. We have a phone number, which is also string. We have resume, which is also string. We have email, which is also string. And that's it. That's it. Then for adding a new, I'm gonna say new mentee struct. Basically my Rust analyzer is done. I don't know what happens to it, but it's really unstable today. It's basically not working for me. I don't know what's wrong. So insert into mentees table. Everything else stays the same. This function is okay. Update schema, not coaches, mentees. Find this mentees. Find and set the request and I'm gonna allow people to update certain information. So it's called mentees update mentee name. This should be phone number, resume, and email. Okay, so this update is going to be update mentee. Cool. So okay, so update mentee request. We have a typo in the name, mentee. Okay, so these work. Going to be mentees. This work as well. Okay, so now let's fix this problem and get done with this service layer. So what is this problem again? It says that I cannot let's take another look at this schema and see what we did implement. So for the schema mentee, let me do this. So mentee has an ID, has a submit at, has a name, which is a string, okay? let's just change the okay. Why you do this? Paste this in here. So we got ID submitted, name, phone number, text. These are all texts. We have resume, which is text. We have email, which is text. We have status, which is an integer. Okay, what is that thing that is making this problem? I don't see that. Okay, the error gone. What is this one? Oh, really? For love of God. Okay, this is process problems. Okay. Okay, error is gone for some reason. I think that's the problem with the Rust analyzer because it's really not good today. So cargo build. Let's just build this. Okay, cool. So it builds, which is nice. So we got our models and services basically working. We got an HTTP server in here working. So I think it's enough for today. What we just need to do in the last video or last session is to just plug this together, plug our service layer to an API layer, and get done with that. I think that is enough for our system. I think maybe we need login and register, but we will do that also in next video. So yes, so in this video we worked more with Diesel, and we actually see that it is a really good convenient library. It's not the best, it does not produce the best error messages. It's not the most readable code base, but it's really nice and feature complete library or ORM. It's really simple to use it. So that is it for today. If you like this content, if you like me to continue this content, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel. And also you can contact me anywhere, Twitter, Gmail. I think I have that in my channel descriptions. GitHub issues as well. So that is it. And please like this video, and until the next video, goodbye.